Coming up on Great Day St. Louis.
Maybe you hit the drive-thru on your way into work, or you plan to pop into a fast food joint for lunch. Either way, have you ever thought about the history of fast food? Well, maybe you should. And we're going to offer up some real food for thought with our celebrity historian.
I'm excited about this.
Yeah.
It's a new day, nothing in a way. This is the start of something big.
Let me start over there. Coming up on Great Day St. Louis, let's dig in. Dig into what, you ask? Fast food, of course.
Not only is it delicious, but it's full of rich history that includes ties to St. Louis.
I am oddly excited about this segment. I think it's going to be good. But don't ask me. I'm not a historian. This guy is. Raffi Andonian will join us next to fill us in on the history of fast food. He always brings the fun. And its connection to St. Louis, of course. Stick around.
Welcome back to the show. We like to call Great Day St. Louis, and we call it that because we like to focus on the great things about St. Louis. And one thing that a lot of people think is pretty great is our access to a variety of fast food spots. But now you're wondering, does fast food have a connection to St. Louis? What are we talking about here? Actually, they do have a big connection. And the person we are going to learn that from is celebrity historian and all-around fun guy, Raffi Andonian. Good to see you, sir.
Good to see you. Of course, with a bunch of food. I come, you know, like a good guest, a bunch of food to the host.
I would say so. So let's start on the outsides and work our way in. The Big Macs. Why are we talking about Big Macs today?
Well, today is the anniversary of the invention of the Big Mac. Now, a great connection to St. Louis is that the hamburger, like other comparable fast food items, were very popularized at the St. Louis World's Fair in 1904. But the Big Mac itself started in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And the reason I know that it's the anniversary today is because I happened to be living in Pennsylvania when they were celebrating the 25th anniversary of the Big Mac, and Pittsburgh temporarily renamed itself to Big Mac USA.
And why not? Perfect.
Believe it or not, but it was because of sagging sales in the 1960s of the franchises in the area. The Big Mac at McDonald's was invented to try something different, expand the market, bring new people in, and it worked pretty well. Within a couple of years, it went to, of course, all the stores across the country. Now, one of the things that's really fascinating about the Big Mac, to show you how classic it is now, of course, kind of a centerpiece, is in The Economist, a publication right here on economics, that's global economy. I tend to see the kind of the globe they have on there. It's a weekly publication. They have something called the Big Mac Index, which is a way that they use a basket of goods, as it's known in economics, which is all the ingredients in a Big Mac, because it has so many ingredients, to compare currency value across the world to see that when you do a currency exchange rate, do they actually purchase the same thing? So it's actually a real thing in economics too, believe it or not. The Big Mac is that iconic.
So let's bring it back to American, at least. Talking about the world, Big Mac started in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I had no idea. What makes fast food so American?
Well, the Big Mac is so iconic. American, right, and worldwide, but I do think it screams United States, and here's why. Let's walk through the fast food. Believe it or not, the Big Mac is not the first burger that's fast food. It is the White Castle.
No way.
I kid you not. People don't believe me on this all the time, but in the 1920s, these little guys are little sliders, and the reason it's so American, I would say, is because that's the first time that you have the assembly line process applied to food, a burger, in the 1920s. Think about the 20s, the roaring 20s, the era of modernity, they're embracing technology, radio, fashion, all kinds of things being stylish. Well, that is a perfect fit in that. And the reason it's White Castle is because it's shortly after Upton Sinclair's The Jungle, which showed, like, you know, unsanitary conditions for meat and animals. Well, now you have the saying, look, we're pristine, clean, and strong like a castle, quality. That's how I would say it's so American, that assembly line industrialization process. The second part is road trips, because when you're going on road trips, 1920s, cars becoming popularized. Now you don't know what you're going on into off in the distance, so you're going to get some sort of consistency. So road trips and consistency. At a gas station is where KFC was introduced. KFC, exactly. Colonel Sanders, to this day, you will find chicken at some gas stations, especially throughout the South. KFC, Colonel Sanders starts that way and ends up being popularized. And the third reason I'd say it's so American is entrepreneurial. Not only did Colonel Sanders make it big, but let's look at the story of these Doritos Tacos Locos at Taco Bell. It was a guy that was eating Doritos, excuse me, as he was eating Taco Bell, as he was watching the Doritos commercial, that said, we should put these together. He went to Frito-Lay. Frito-Lay said no. Taco Bell had actually considered this in their corporate meetings in the past. They didn't do it, however. He started a Facebook group, social media, to try to get people behind it, and they did, and he made it big. Entrepreneurial stories from Colonel Sanders to the Taco Bell story of the inventor. That's why it's so American. Assembly line, automobiles, road trips, and entrepreneurship.
So go and get a Big Mac today and bring Raffi's energy with you. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
sir. He is always so well prepared. We're going to post this segment after our show on firstalert4.com/greatday. Guys, what's your favorite fast food?
I'm going to KFC for lunch.
You
didn't
can
have
destroy a
Lion's
bucket
Choice.
of chicken, by the way.
I
This
can.
guy can kill a bucket of
But I'm still a Lion's Choice guy.
Oh, yes.
And I like Lee's chicken. There's
Yeah? Yeah, all right.
and Popeyes.
Thanks, Raffi. That was fun.
He likes it all.